Ron Roark is a detective with the Ennis, Texas Police Department. A husband and father of 4, Roark is a 23-year veteran of law enforcement. He is a practical man known for his ability to work the streets. In 1980, he became involved in a missing persons case which altered his views on police methodology and his life in general. On October 12th of that year, a young man who lived in the area disappeared. The young man's name was Michael Dickens. The search for Michael included over 500 volunteers who joined forces with local and county police. In spite of using helicopters and tracking dogs, the enormous effort proved unsuccessful. After several days, the search was finally called off. Shortly thereafter, Dickens' car was located 15 miles from where the search party had been. Police brought Michael's parents to the scene. It was hoped that this would be a breakthrough in the case.
Mrs. Dickens? Is this your son Michael's car?
Yes, sir, it is. Michael loves this car. Where do you think he is?
Well, I don't have an answer for
He's a
that.
good boy, Detective. He's never done anything to anyone.
Oh, look, Mrs. Dickens, I understand how you feel. I got children of my own. But I won't rest until I find your son. That's a promise. You just hold up, okay? Okay, come on, let's go.
With all avenues exhausted, a desperate Mrs. Dickens contacted a psychic.
October of 1980, my phone rang just as I was walking out the door.
Hello.
Mr. Catchins?
Yes, speaking.
Mr. Catchins, my name is Diantha Dickens. I'm sorry to disturb you. My son Michael has disappeared.
I don't like doing this over the phone.
Please hear me out.
Yes, ma'am.
He's been gone for over 2 weeks now. Is there anything you can tell me?
I don't get good feelings about your son, and I wish you'd phone the police, let them handle this.
Please help me. I've got no one else to turn to.
Miss Dickens, I'm sorry. I feel your son has been murdered. And his body is buried in a grave somewhere close to home. And I would really rather talk to a law enforcement office. Would you please do this for me? Have the police phone me. Thank you.
I'd much rather talk with a law enforcement officer than I would with the family. I prefer to do it that way because I don't like the emotions involved that you have to deal with a family when they're feeling sorrow and have all that fear and hurt. It's hard to tell a mother that her son's not coming home.
Hello?
Detective Roark,
Yes, Mrs. Dickens, what's wrong?
have you ever used a psychic?
No, I have not.
Well, I just spoke to Mr. John Catch. And he says my son is dead and buried near my home.
He told you that? Well, I don't know how anyone could know that without being involved in some way.
Detective Roark, Mr. Catchins is a clairvoyant. He sees things in his head.
He sees things in his head. Well, how in the hell? Fine, I'm on my way.
Despite his misgivings, Detective Roark agreed to go with Mrs. Dickens to see John Catchings. They were told to bring personal belongings of her missing son.
Please, let's just hear him out.
All right.
Hello, Mrs. Dickens. Hello, Detective.
Mr. Catchings.
Come on in. Detective, I'm glad you're here. We're going to need you. sorry if I upset you on the telephone.
Now, you say you can see what happened to Michael?
Detective, I know you're skeptical, but if you bear with me, I can help you out.
I appreciate that, Mr. Catchings. I just don't want to find myself in a wild goose chase. Now, this is where the family lives. And this is where Michael's car was found.
He's not near the car. He's, within 3 miles, no, he's, within a mile of the family's home.
Mr. Catchings, we searched that area thoroughly.
I see an old house, white peeling paint, green tar paper roof. There's a path out the back where they feed animals out to a back lot. There's old tires stacked up here. Is this Michael's home?
No, it's the house down the road from us.
Is there a fork near the creek there?
There is.
I see a pile of debris. Rocks, mud, stones, things. I see there's an old shoe. It'll be like a beacon leading you to Michael. He's buried underneath the shoe, face down, with his ankle exposed. Now you are to go back with 2 officers. When you find the sandal or the shoe around the creek area, Michael buried beneath it. There'll be a path leading to the killer's house. You will be the one that finds Michael.